I'm extremely sorry for this. I'm conducting this classes only for your betterment, but most of the students are unmindful about. Please inform to them the efforts of your teaching community.
Yes, sir.
I'm spending a lot of time here, and I mean, not only me. I'm not just talking about myself. Try to respect the efforts of your teachers.
Yes, sir.
Guys, whenever you want to respond to me, I'm sorry, don't think otherwise. Please write to me in chat. So you don't need to talk to me. I mean, don't take me wrong. You don't need to talk to me because then the audio levels are very high. That is why if you talk to me, I will be having a shock from my side. So please write in chat. If you want to convey some information to me, kindly write in chat area. One person is writing. What is this name? Very lengthy name. People are slowly coming. It's good. But I don't think we'll be having. Let me go back and see. Error. So I'm not able to install. Compare Jupyter Core, but you will have Jupyter Core 4.4, which is incompatible. Error. Notebook has a current Jupyter 4.6.1. You have Jupyter Core 4.4, which is incompatible. Okay, let me wait for it. I think I have to issue in Windows. We don't need to use pick 3, I guess. We have to use pick only. There won't be. There is an error in my installation. Right from the morning, I'm busy with students. The messages, they are messaging me continuously. Even though I'm on vacation, but there is no rest at home. Level is very poor attendance. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I think I got. Now let me use Jupyter notebook. Every activity, my last opens and let's see if I can open the Jupyter or not. I think I should be able to open. Error, cannot import name secure right. Run by. You can install Jupyter. Jupyter notebook. Oh. CD, okay. Let me search for some. Guys, please wait for me for a little more time. I think we don't have time, but still I request your time. చూసుకున్నా I've been searching for my notes. I want to talk to you about descriptive statistics. Okay, fine. I could find my. Okay, we have simulations and pointers. I think all of us we had enough discussion on simulations. Hope all of you are able to listen to me. Do you all listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Simulations. So we had. I don't think we need any discussion on simulations because we had a lot of discussion in the classroom. Now I'm straight away going to. Today, let us have some discussion on pandas. And before this pandas, I have very little bit of information to share with you. That is, okay, here. Now, my dear students, from today onwards, we are going to discuss about statistics. Okay. By the way, let me see if I had, where do I have this? I'm just trying to open a file. So, how to open this? Where do I have notebook? Yes. What should I do here? Okay, I got. Actually, the problem is I was trying to. Well, no. Actually, I was trying to install Jupyter, but unfortunately, I was not able to do because some dependencies are not. I'm not able to satisfy with some of the dependencies in my system, and I have bogged down. Then, fortunately, I could find one very philanthropic portal that is cookhalsey.com. So like this, there are so many. You don't need to use exactly the resource which I'm using for this class, but you can use any of your resource of your interest. But here, I don't know whether the shortcuts are going to work or not. Suppose if I say x is equal to one, one control enter, shift enter. Yeah, I think control shift. Cell, run cells, select, run cells, cell below, run cell, run cell, insert cell below. But where is output? Okay, I didn't, now, yes, okay, it's working, control enter. So whenever you are inside the Jupyter, when you do some activity, then you have to press control. I was just trying to implement the shortcuts in Jupyter. I think, by the way, you should be able to see my Jupyter, right? So you can write here. Yeah, you don't have compatibility issues, but I have compatibility issue. My computer is a big useless box. I have a lot of problems in my computer because it hosts hundreds of software tools in my. I mean, I have some hundreds and hundreds of software tools. So there are some conflict issues. I have so many versions of Python. Python, almost all versions are there in my laptop. That is actually the problem. So when you can just follow these instructions. If you want to install Jupyter, then you can make use of pip install Jupyter. The problem is with the version, right? Sorry, the latest. The latest version of the Jupyter is 3.6, I guess, but in my system, I was not able to install 3.6. It was going for 3.4, and the notebook is not working. But in your system, I think you may not be able to encounter the same problem. Okay, so there's no, I mean, let me talk about class. I will, if you have any personal discussions with me, we'll take up those discussions later. Okay, so first I have to concentrate on my topics. Today I'm going to talk about descriptive statistics because will be, I mean, whatever the utility, I mean, finally, I mean, end of the day, we have to come back to statistics. We have to come back to the statistics. Okay, we may be doing a lot of things. I think yesterday we had some discussion on object-oriented programming, but that is not meant for data analysis. It is for software developers, and especially if somebody is interested in packages or maybe web application, I mean, kind of anything, any kind of activity related to development, they can please move this window. Why? What happened? What's happening? I think now you should be able to see my notebook. Okay, that is only for the development, but for data analytics, we often, I mean, we need to use Python for, we have some, you know, so many statistical techniques, and we need to discuss a few of them at least, not if not all of them, using Python. So in this class, let us discuss about descriptive statistics. In Jupyter, if you want to write, I mean, you can observe there is an option for the code. If you press down, there is a downward arrow button. You have few options. You have raw code and markdown. If you press markdown, and then you can write anything here, like you know, so the markdown is. I don't know if this is not working. Markdown is not working. I can see this is an online editor, so it is not working as I'm expecting. So it is simply going like anything. Okay. Okay. Now, suppose if I write like this is heading. Okay. Now, when I control enter, you see that converts into heading. This is H1 tag in HTML. Suppose if you want to write a HTML tag, I think you have to write ls magic. Is it? Is it ls magic? No, I don't think ls. This is also not working. Ls. Okay. Now I think HTML caps HTML, and then you have H1 tag, because Jupyter is for, you know, documents. This is heading. Now control it. You see, you will get this is heading. This is H1. Suppose you want this to be let's say H5, then you have to come from control enter. Now you see this is heading, and you can write all that code. So this is heading, and you can come here. You can go for p tag. Okay, p tag, and it comes. So this is paragraph. Okay, control enter. Now you see this is heading, this is paragraph. Now you can go again and change. I mean, why we use Jupyter. Jupyter has beautiful mechanisms for H1 tag. This is P tag. This is a paragraph. Intro. You see here. Like this, you can organize your material. So if I give you any assignment, why I'm explaining all these things? Because I'm going to issue a couple of assignments to you all, and you have to submit me your assignments along with interpretation. So it is not possible for you. I mean, we were using ideally in our classes, but if you use ideally, I don't think you will be able to provide me interpretation. You can do that. You can just copy the code from ideally to Word file, and there you can just start writing. You can also do. I don't have any objections, but Jupyter has really very wonderful mechanisms. So here, especially I like Markdown. I personally like because I create a lot of reports using LaTeX. And unfortunately, you don't have the LaTeX here. You can also create the LaTeX. Suppose you want to go for a thing here, you have to go for LaTeX, I guess. I don't know. LaTeX works or not, I don't know. I think you have to go for $sign a to the power of, let's say, sum underscore n is equal to 0 and to the power of sum I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0. And what happened? 0 and to the power of n, let's say a square, some simple kind of. And if I press Control Enter, so you see, actually you can, are you all seeing this? You can just write me yes. Are you all seeing this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is actually, I'm trying to create a formula by using LaTeX. I use a lot of software tools to create the reports. I really love Markdown as well as LaTeX. These are the two tools which I am using right from the beginning, from my career. The Markdown LaTeX is for academic writers. Suppose if you're writing an article or maybe a dissertation, then you can go for the LaTeX. If you are into I mean, if you're writing for the web, like you want to host, I mean, you want to export all your analysis into a website or maybe a blog, then perhaps you have to go for the Markdown, because Markdown offer very easy implementations. Very easy. I mean, it is very easy to convert into the HTML pages. If you have Markdown, it is easy for you to. There are even other tools like PyPandoc or Pandoc. Pandoc is a very good software which is highly useful for you to convert Markdown. Once you have the Markdown file in your hand, you can take that file into any format. Like you can convert that into PDF, you can convert that into doc, you can convert it into DOCX, you can convert it into LaTeX, you can anything. That is universal. Pandoc is a universal documentation conversion software. So Markdown is the starting point for the document conversion. So if you have Markdown file with you, so once you finish your analysis, you just have to go to the file, and then somewhere you should be having as a, I think this is online. You have export or save as, and you have quite a compress, delete, rename, duplicate. No, you don't have that option here, but you have. I think it went off. Yeah, okay. You have file here. You got make a copy. Slide. Yeah. Here you see. You can download this as a notebook. When you call this notebook, unfortunately, I mean, I'm not using this Jupyter in my computer. It is online. So I don't know what happens if I press. I think yeah, you can download that. So since we are running in cloud, this is the address for your. I mean, this is the URL for your session. Here you'll see right side. You'll see the session URL. You can go to that URL, and otherwise you can just download. If you want to download this as a IPython notebook, IPyNB stands for IPython notebook. You can just download, or you can go back to your script and then go file. Then you have HTML. So this is, I like HTML because I am involved in a lot of web development, and here చిక్కు జరుగుతుందా నాకు కొంచెం చిక్కు జరుగు అది తగులుతుంది కాలు తగులుతుంది జరుగు. So like that, you have LaTeX, you have PDF and all everything. So this is all about introduction to Jupyter. Okay, and I don't want to. I mean, this is all about Jupyter. Now let us go back to. I should be having. So now let us go to the analysis. I'll go back to the code. Now we came back to the Python. Here, the right side, you should be able to see here we are running the Python 3. Okay, right side, when you place the cursor on this option, you will find the version of the Python. Now, what is all about this descriptive analysis? Descriptive analysis, excuse me. Descriptive analysis is all about summary statistics plus, plots. So what do you mean summary statistics? Measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, shape, and a couple of other activities. Because count, max, these are all will not be calculated within these three categories. You have range and all everything, but range comes in dispersion. Now today in this session, let us see how to compute the summary statistics, and after that we'll thoroughly get into the plots. Now coming to the summary statistics, you have, I will suggest you to use two packages. You have many packages. There are dozens and dozens of ways that you can develop your own module. That is what we used to do in the classroom. I explained you how to develop your own module for different various measures of summary statistics. But here I'm going to make use of a library called import statistics as st. I don't know if I can do this or not, because I'm running in cloud. This cloud should be able to have, it is still not okay. Come on. Okay. Now let me thoroughly. I will also import pandas. Import pandas as PD. Yeah, this is going on, right? And but statistics, import statistics as ST. This is Python 3 system wide. I don't know ST. ST is there. ST. Suppose I am just going to create a small data set. I call it as DF. I also have to go for import numpy as np. Control enter, and this is also not going. So whenever it is not going, no, I think these two comments are not. I don't know what happened. This class is going to be a big disaster, I guess. Cell run below, change to run and insert cell below. So let me cell run and insert cell below. Okay. Now let's go for df is equal to np random. In random we have rand n, and let me 100, and I will go for 2 columns. Okay, let me. It is just running and keeping quiet. I don't know what is. Wait, if I go for shift enter, yeah, shift enter. Now df shift enter. Yeah, we got. Now suppose if we simulated the data set. Now I don't like to go for df. Let us go for 1 to 5. Is it possible for us? Yeah, 1 to 5. First to 5 records of df. Now df, if I go for 1 and 1 to 5, I can do that. Can I do this? It's an array. Okay. Again, let's go back and let me shift array. It just shows array. You can do this in Python, but the problem is why I am explaining you in Jupyter. You can install Z. I am not able to install my computer, but it never means that you will not be able to install. You can straight away install pip install Jupyter. Then after that, you can run Jupyter notebook. Then your Jupyter will be opened in, see, instead of running in localhost, if you open Jupyter notebook in your computer, you will have localhost here. But whereas here we have a portal, because this is a very big, I mean, there might be a charitable organization. There is a portal here, cocalc.com, and they have Jupyter. So this is actually a quick solution. Since I'm not able to install Jupyter in my computer, and why I want to explain you everything in Jupyter, because you have to provide me the reports. So whenever you perform some analysis, you have to copy your code. You can do that, but that is not an advisable way. You cannot do that. That is actually it's strictly against the protocols of the analysis. You must be able to submit me. See, what I'm trying to tell you, after you finish this analysis, go to the file, save it as any format. Like you can save it as Python, you can save it as HTML, you can save it as, and you have to submit me two reports. I mean the files. One is the Python, the other one is HTML. I expect at least these two. You can submit me anything. You can submit me LaTeX, PDF, and all everything, but I'm not expecting. It is easy for me to see if it is PDF. But why I'm teaching you in Jupyter, because after you finish your analysis, it is easy for you to share your reports with others. Like you want to submit as an assignment, it is easy for you. You can quickly go here and save it as Markdown or HTML. I'm expecting Py and HTML, because it is easy for me to look into the HTML documents, and it is also easy for me if you can also submit PDF. It's all up to you, but I need Py. Along with Py, I expect an extra document, either HTML or a PDF. Okay, at least you have to do that. Guys, my session is going to be closed, and you stay back in the session. We'll finish this. Now what happens? Let's see if I have ST, because I exported ST here. So I'm assuming that I have ST. ST mean, and then df. Let me go for 1. That is row, I guess, right? Shall I do this? Because in, yeah, I think error. There is an error because I thought I'm executing as the fashion of pandas. Pandas, what happens if you put the colon and leave it blank, then it will consider till the end of the. Now let us go for, let me leave it as a df. Now is it, no, it's not going. Let's go for the first row, I guess. The column. I think this is not a data frame actually. I think mean is also not coming. So first we have to, what is the length of the length of df? Why everything is df is not there, or what? Df 1 to 5 should be there. Yeah, you have. Now let us go for, okay, I'll just do one thing. I'll go back here. Instead of 2 columns, let me use only 1 column. Now shall I, if I use, I'll come here. I should be having only 1 column. Now I think it is easy for me. ST, df, df, ST mean, and then df. Yeah, you got the mean. So this is, you can make use of ST. And I imported the ST is an alias or instance of statistics. So when you press ST mean df, then this is the mean which you, this is actually a thoroughly simulated data set. Df is just a one single data variable, and in which you have, I think I did pandas, right? Okay. Now first let me finish this df. Now if I go for 1 to 5 indexing, then it will give me array first to 5. If I go for 10, then all the 10 elements will be returned to me. Okay. Now ST median. Okay. Now next measure in the summary statistics, df. Now shift enter. This is the median. This is mean. This is median. Now let us go for ST mode, and then DF. Now here, yeah, mode is not there. So that is now what you can do is, if you tab will not be, yeah, decimal. You have all the, we have mean, median. I think mode is also there. Yeah, mode. Yeah, mode is not available for, because this is a continuous variable. I'm sorry. So mode is obviously is meaningless. It gives error. We can't do the mode because the DF is not. Suppose if you have some categorical data, you can go for the mode. The mode is not. Now let's go for, since the mode is not there, let's go for where. I think variance should be variance DF. Now we are into summaries. Now what we do, I'll just go here and I'll now try to organize my change to insert cell above. Now what? Okay, it went here. Okay. Now I'll make a heading. The heading is going to be, I'll make yeah, I'll make HTML, because heading with markdown. Let's see, importing. So this is what is advantage of Jupyter, importing packages. Now enter. I'll go for subheading. This section following command, two statements, imports. Now what I do, I put italics in markdown. You see here, when I'm inside, I should change this into markdown. Then only command imports, following two statements, imports italics. In markdown, what happens, to make italics, you have, so those individuals who don't know how to write this material using the markdown, you have to go to online. I think you should be able to see my browser, markdown tutorials, something like this. You don't need as such. If you follow my come on, if you follow my lesson, you should be able to see here like this. You have the tutorials, or you can also do one thing. Suppose you are markdown, how to make italics, how to make italicized text in markdown. Now when you press, you see here, you'll get a lot of help, kind of, so you can search like that. But if you follow my tutorial, that is that will provide you minimum insights into markdown documentation. Now statistics, say that is automatically, that shows, and pandas, right? Once again, asterisk, pandas into session. So following two statements imports pandas packages. The session is not required. Now when you press shift enter, you see important packages. This is heading, this is subheading. Now we don't want subheading, right? That is wrong. So we don't want subheading. I'll just leave this like this, shift enter. You see this is heading now, and this is going to be the paragraph. And if you're, I think most of you are learning HTML, right? So if you are interested in HTML, you can go like this. So it is still better, because if you put heading there, it will be H1. So you can decide about what type of heading in HTML. HTML is very cool, now you can come here and you can just simply put paragraph tag here. Okay, I think most of you are going through HTML classes, right? You are with HTML. You are learning HTML, right? I assume that all of you know HTML. Now when you press shift enter, you see you got heading 3. You can decide yourself. You don't need to. Yes, I think you are aware of all these tags. You can even embed anything like videos and all. You can provide. You can just come here and a tag. you can go for a tag. A, and here href, I can just put http / bsecs.com kind of thing. And now when I press, you got, oh, you don't have that. Oh, I'm sorry. There is here the bsecs. That is my. Now you see when you press Control Shift, you got the. Now when you press on this, you can just straight away go to something like that. Now you can also, I mean, if you don't want, that is how you. I just wanted to show you www.geetham.edu. Okay, Geetham. Now Shift Enter. You have Geetham here. Now you can just give some kind of mostly. How can you do this? Since we are importing the packages, I can for more details. For more, this is going to be paragraph, and I can just design my paragraph in this way. Yeah, it automatically comes the other side. Paragraph. By the way, I'm not teaching you HTML. I just for more information on packages, Python packages. Visit. Now I think we have that documentation, right? Python.org. There you got here py or docs. I think packages py. So here we have to redirect them to this page py, and you can come here and handle this information for your. You see now when you press, you see beautiful, right? Isn't it interesting to you? Now since this is HTML, this markdown characters won't work. What is italic? You have to go for I. For italics you got